So I was shuffling the truth, the mirroring truth oracle deck, and I got the crossroad card, and I was looking at it so carefully, and it reminded me of something that I read somewhere. I don't know, on Instagram or somewhere, where somebody asks someone else and says, why you always take the road less traveled, graveled or traveled? And he says, what makes you think that I see a second road, right? And I thought about it. I thought about myself, because I get this question too. Like, for example, like when I try to do multiple things, multiple tasks, because, I want to get things done, accomplish it, be efficient, and you also try to prove that, you don't take nothing for granted, right? You don't want to get too comfortable in what you're doing. And I'm telling you for a fact, there have been people in my life, in my immediate circle, where I've been working closely, and people that have considered me as a family, that have said to me, for example, oh, why don't you go work back to that other company? You know what I mean? And I'm like, what? Like, haven't I proved myself that I work so hard in this company, and I do a lot of hard things, and, and I exhaust myself, but at least I overcome them, and then I really make it through and shine, and, and prove on myself. And you can see it in their eyes, no matter how hard you work and what you do and sacrifices, and they still somehow, some way, you see the jealousy. You see that they just don't want you there. And when they say that, why don't you go back to that other company? Or I've had another person, which I kept very closely, and I taught everything. This person is younger than me, and it's like a student. You show a few things, you teach a few things, and then even she made a comment once to me, oh, why don't you just quit this job? Look for somewhere else. And I'm like, everybody is so fast to tell you the alternative and go take the second path, which is so easier, it's greener, but nobody knows your circumstances. Nobody knows the decision that you make, the choices, the struggles, the sacrifices you go through, is because there's a reason behind it. And the reason is sometimes is no other path. There's only one path. And you know that the path to your destiny and what is meant for you, and hopefully it's a good and brilliant one. That's why you do what you do. That keeps you motivated, keeps you going. Yeah, that's why you take that path, because you don't take nobody and nothing for granted. You don't sugarcoat life. You don't dream that things were just given on the silver plate for you. You know that you put your foot, you're there when nobody's around, you show up and get it done. You do that. Some days are not the best. Not always we meet our high expectations, but you show up. You create, you have resilience, you have consistency, you're persistent, consistent, resilience, you have created habits, right? That you're methodical, and you do things when they need it the most. You get it done, and you feel such joy and pride that on those difficult circumstances you come up with an answer, with a solution, but most of all, it's not that. It's you don't take your path for granted. You never have this dream that somebody just with a shining armor and then will pull out the sword and will just cut the bad weed from your path. You're prepared. that nobody's gonna clear it for you. You just gotta clear it yourself, and you gotta just do a bit extra. You have to always be open to do a bit extra, because look, even when you do it, everybody is like, why are you still here? I'm like, what? Am I doing anything wrong? I've done this, this, and this, and I continue to do this, and yet they give you that look like they just can't stand you. And it's so obvious, and it comes from people that you never thought that, it will come from them. It's always the closest to you. It's always either the teacher or the student, and you're the middle guy. That you have your own talent and your own originality, and you're the middle guy, the black sheep who does everything. Yeah. So back to that question, why you're taking the first road, or why not the second, because the grass is not greener, whatever that road you think there is. And I just see one road without any expectation, and I don't expect nobody to make it flat and warm and comfortable for me, because trust me, I've dreamed of that road and nobody has showed up. Okay? So this is what this card represents to me, and I'm not sure if it resonates with some of you, but I wanted to share my opinion about this card. Thank you.